Howdy friends, vinyl community, Wes here, checking in. I got a few minutes before I have to go to work, so I thought I'd go ahead and shoot a Vinyl Survivor video for you. Hope everyone's doing well. I'm actually going for a promotion at work, which I'm hoping to get, so send some good vibes my way if you could. I'm hoping to get a promotion, move to day shift, and have a little bit of more of a normal schedule. So let's go ahead and get into this. I believe we're up to episode 96. Pretty crazy here. So the first album we have to talk about today is Young MC's Stone Cold Rhymin', 1988 or 89, 89. Definitely a hip-hop classic here. 12 when this came out, so it's pretty big in my life. It had a lot of really cool themes and stuff to deal with that I related to well, like going to the principal's office and things like that. Bust a Move is on here, Fastest Rhyme, Roll with the Punches. Really cool album. Picked this one up for $8, used at Arrow's Aim Records. Really nice shape, really nice clean copy of this. Island record label, sort of that deep blue Island record label under the Delicious Vinyl moniker, I guess you could say, sub-label. But just a classic 80s hip-hop album, you know, something I've had on cassette and CD throughout my life, but I wanted to have it on vinyl, and I found it for a good price, so picked it up. So Young MC's Stone Cold Rhymin' going into the collection. Alright, next thing we have here is one I picked up online recently, just to sort of add to the Synergry Larry Fast catalog I have. This is, of course, the soundtrack to the Jupiter Menace. I talked about the movie itself when I showed this in the vinyl inbox. Very weird documentary trying to prove that the Earth was coming to an end in the year 2000, I believe it was supposed to happen. Talking about how the planets were going to line up in a certain way and all kinds of craziness was going to happen. But of course, it never happened. A very interesting documentary. You can watch it here on YouTube. I will try to put a link in the show notes, but just look for the Jupiter Menace on YouTube and you'll be able to find it. Like I said, it's good for a laugh. It's good to sort of put things in their place when people nowadays, still to this day, are sort of predicting things, and you know, things don't always happen. They're just predictions, so no need to get all worked up about them. But this was a really cool soundtrack. Of course, very electronic, spacey kind of things. I think they wanted to originally use Host the Planets as the theme music to the movie, but they weren't able to get the rights, weren't able to afford the rights to it, so they asked Larry Fast to compose some music, and it sort of has that sort of spacey, ambient, big open feel to it. But so some really cool music. The movie itself is weird. It's like I said, it's good for a laugh. This being a Synergy record, it's on the Passport Records label. Most of my Synergy collection is. Didn't put a date on this one. It's like 1982 is the date on it. So that kind of gives you an idea of you know, where the documentary is at. It's sort of, you know, 20-ish years ahead. They're trying to predict what's going to happen, and it's comical, as I said. Good music, anyway. The music is much better than the documentary, but if you're just looking for something weird to watch, then check it out. Alright, next thing we have to talk about, moving back into the hip-hop genre, we have what I believe is the second album from Bubba Sparxxx. This is titled The Charm. From 2005 is when this one was released. This one has Miss New Booty on it. But I know that was a pretty big hit for him. But just a southern white hip-hop artist that I really like. And I've always enjoyed Bubba Sparxxx. I think he's a really good rapper, and I like his stuff. So I wanted to pick up some stuff on vinyl. These were pretty cheap on Discogs. I got this. This is actually a promo copy of the album. I don't know if it ever officially had a vinyl release, but sort of promo they put out for DJs and whatnot. 2 LP set. Alright, moving on to some classic rock. We have American Woman by the Guess Who from 1970. A very stone cold classic album. I mean, the song's been covered a million times. This is a great song, or a great album, I should say, altogether. Really great album. Definitely thoroughly enjoyed having this. There's the gatefold, and yeah, just some great classic Canadian classic rock, I guess you could say. Good stuff. And that's on the RCA orange label there. Nothing too interesting in the dead wax on that one. But yeah, classic album, easy to find, and check it out. If all you know is American Woman, check out the rest of the album. It's a good album, good solid album all the way through. So, American Woman staying in the collection. Alright, next thing I have is a compilation from Spain on Polydor Records. This is part of a series that they did, the Historia de la Musica Rock. This is the Eric Burdon collection. As I said, this is part of a series they did. They did a lot of these really nice sort of compilations of classic rock artists. I'd like to find more of these, but you know, since they're from Spain, they're imports, they're not always easy to find. You got Good Times, San Franciscan Nights, Paint It Black, Sky Pilot, Ring Fire, River Deep, Mountain High, Monterey, and When I Was Young. These was issued in 1982. Polydor Records label on this one. Just a nice little comp, an import. Yeah, good find. I found this at the Hospice thrift store, so I only paid 50 cents or maybe even less than that for it. So it's a good find, and it's a good comp, and I'm going to be keeping this one because I like the music. Okay, next up, still in the classic rock genre, we have Wheatfield Soul from the Guess Who again, from 1969 on this one. Really good album from them. I really enjoyed this one. Didn't know any of the songs off of here. They do a really cool tribute song to Gordon Lightfoot, just titled Lightfoot. Really good album. This particular copy is a little crackly. The jacket's not in such good shape. I'm going to be keeping this one, but I am looking for an upgrade to this album. Like I said, it's really good. I was a bit shocked by it, how much I liked it. Really enjoyed it. Once again, on the yellow RCA Records label. So yeah, Wheatfield Soul, Guess Who, really good album. Definitely recommend this one. I'm going to be keeping this one for now, and I'm looking for an upgrade copy. Check that one out if you see it. Alright, next thing we have is a classic live album from Deep Purple. This is, of course, made in Japan. 2 LP live concert from around 72 here. From a show in Osaka and a show in Tokyo. You know, you got Smoke on the Water on here, Space Truckin', just really long sides, really long jams, drawn out sort of jam sides. Really enjoyed this a lot. Just a fun live recording. Really cool sort of Japanese flag inspired gatefold there. Warner Brothers Palm Tree label. On the labels it says 1973, so I guess it was not issued until 73. But just a really cool live concert. If you like Deep Purple, then this is a sort of a must-have. But just something if you see cheap and you like classic rock and you like live albums, grab this one. It's a good classic rock live album. One of those well-loved live concert albums, and I can see why. I enjoyed it myself. So, Deep Purple, made in Japan. That one is staying in the collection as well. Alright, going back to a little bit of hip-hop, we have the debut album from Bubba Sparxxx from 2002, maybe? Somewhere around there. 2001. This one features the probably most well-known song on here is Ugly. Also has Lovely and Bubba Talk. I don't think those really were very popular, but the song Ugly was pretty popular. Once again, a 2 LP set. Shot of the label there. This has RJ Sterling in the dead wax, so that's Ray Janos, I think is who RJ is. Yeah, just it's fun to spin records. I have this on CD already, but there's something about just putting on a record and handling it and spinning it. So when I can find stuff like this cheap that I really love, I like to buy it on vinyl. So that was the case again. Another one that only cost a few bucks on Discogs, and wanted to add that to my collection. So I have a couple Bubba Sparxxx albums in the collection now. Okay, moving back into the classic rock genre, we have another compilation here. This is Eric Clapton with the history of Eric Clapton, 2 LP set. You know, Crossroads is on here, Layla is on here, Sunshine of Your Love. Just a really nice 2 LP comp. I don't know if I showed the back yet. And some nice liner notes in the gatefold there. This one's on the yellow Atco label, has ATGP in the dead wax, so that's George Piros did the mastering on this. And I always love these Atco records. They always seem to be really well pressed. Even when they look kind of beat up, they always seem to sound good. So I don't know if they did something different or not, but history of Eric Clapton anyway. This one's going to be staying in the collection. Just a nice compilation to put on. Yeah, really enjoyed listening to this. Alright, and the last album I have to show for today is another Eric Clapton album. This one is from 1979. It's called There's One in Every Crowd. I'm guessing not a really well-known album from him. I didn't recognize any of the songs on here. There is some of his sort of reggae themed or reggae inspired type songs on here. Some more of his softer sort of, I don't know how to explain it. His softer side that sort of came out in the 80s, and then so it's sort of moving into that period. So a little less rock and roll, a little less edgy. Overall, I was just sort of ho-hum on this. It was just okay. It wasn't really amazing or anything. Didn't blow me away. It was nice to hear it, nice to experience it, but unfortunately today, this is the one out of all the 10 that I'm shown that's not going to be staying in the collection. And insert with this. A little bit of liner notes there. And of course, this being Eric Clapton, it's on the RSO Records label. So yeah, that's Eric Clapton's There's One in Every Crowd. Unfortunately, this is the one that didn't make it today. It was okay, it was enjoyable to listen to, but not something I think I want to revisit. Nothing here that really caught my ear that well. So that's going to do it for this episode number 96 of the Vinyl Survivor. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for checking it out. Thanks for subscribing, or please subscribe if you're not already, and I'll be doing lots more of these episodes. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you again next time. Cheers.